if you introduce yourself, say, sure, you should introduce myself. So thank you very much, Jill. Thank you, CPED last night. It was just amazing. And also thank you for all the support I received. They're sitting on the front row here. My team at NJCU, the co-coordinators, Dr. Michael Sparrow and Dr. Christine Harrington. Okay, so I need to, oh, did you see that? Okay, sorry. Looks good. You see the whole screen, right? All right, very good. All right, so I did launching a 15 to Finish campaign, a program evaluation. And as a program evaluation, I was able to either I could take an existing program and evaluate it, or I could implement a program and evaluate it. So I did the latter, which was a little more intensive, but it was a lot of fun. So a 15 to Finish campaign is a campaign at higher ed institutions that is a communication campaign that increases the awareness for students, the academic and the economic benefits of taking 15 credits over 12 credits per semester so that they can graduate in time. And I wanted to bring this national model to my institution where I work so that the students could benefit from that. So I did an internal evaluation at my institution. So the program evaluation dissertation framework that NJCU adopted is the chapter 1 is a literature review of the problem of practice. Chapter 2 is a literature review of the intervention. And what's really cool is that these two are standalone articles that can be published in peer review articles. So I already published chapter 2, actually with CPED in the journal. And then chapter 3 is a program description and program evaluation design method. I'll talk about that. Then 4 is the program evaluation results and discussion. And finally, we offer recommendations and resources for college practitioners who would like to implement such a campaign. So my problem of practice is that community college students do not take enough college credits in a semester to graduate in 2 years. So Complete College America, with whom I've worked quite a lot, because they did a lot of research in this, stated in 2021 that only 5% of community college students graduate in 2 years. And 2 years is really the name of the college, right? In 2 years. And it was even less for students of color. And I know at my college it was 9%, but that's still, kind of alarming when you think about it for the students. So what I did, I had conversations with practitioners, I had conversations with students, and then I collected data from peer-reviewed articles, great literature, and also scholarly work, actually public scholarship. And with all that together, I could really have a better understanding of the problem of practice. And as you can see, my article is called, for chapter 1, Full-Time Does Not Equal On-Time, Why Mindsets and Policies Are Roadblocks for Full-Time Community College Students to Graduate on Time. So having now a solid understanding of the problem of practice and finding the root causes, I started to talk to, again, national experts, interview them on an intervention that would actually really help students get to the 15 credits, because it was all about awareness. And so I implemented the 15 to Finish campaign, and my article was Factors for Successful 15 to Finish Communication Campaign, which if you want to, you can read in my article. And it actually is very, very helpful, these campaigns, because a lot of institutions in the country have decreased the racial equity gaps with implementing such a campaign. So in chapter 3, we have the program description and the program evaluation design method. Before I even started looking at my guided questions to see how a 15 to Finish campaign could be successful, I actually illustrated visually a plan. Looked at the resources, the activities, the outputs, the short-term and long-term outcomes, and then the impact for 15 to Finish campaign, which actually this was very helpful, by the way, creating a logic model. It helped me see the resources and the activities needed to achieve this desired outcome. And it actually became apparent that a campus-wide training was necessary for the advisors, and also clear messages were needed for students to become aware of the benefits of taking 15 credits over 12 credits when they are full-time. I also discovered during practitioners' conversations that many advisors on my campus were not aware of the research showing that taking 15 credits in the first semester, really helped them be more successful and raise their GPA. And they unfortunately were encouraging students, especially students of color, to take 9 to 12 credits. So training became very essential in my in this whole implementation. I'm not sure if you can really read it on the screen, but I have my 5 research questions here. And I used a single case study, non-experimental, for the first 4. And they were formative outcome program evaluations, so that assessed the impact of the 15 to Finish campaign at my community college. I wanted to know to what extent college professionals were knowledgeable about the importance of students taking 15 credits each semester after they participated in the training. I had a training done in the spring. To what extent did the campaign get the 15 to Finish messages across to the students? That went all summer. And what 15 to Finish messages resonated most with college professionals and students? That was helpful to know in the future which messages we really needed to address. And to what extent were students encouraged to register for 15 credits by college professionals? Did the college professionals really encourage them to register? And then my last question, to what extent did the 15 to Finish campaign impact student enrollment behavior, and how did student enrollment behavior vary by demographics? I did an implementation outcome program evaluation and used a quasi-experimental static group design to compare aggregated and disaggregated enrollment data before and after the intervention. It was important to actually look at the enrollment data to determine if the students were more likely to register in 15 credits during the campaign, as the campaign was going on. And the disaggregated data by race and Pell eligibility were essential as well, so I could determine if the campaign worked equally well for different racial and socioeconomic groups of students. This is a big slide, but I don't know how much time I have. I'm briefly going to go over that. There were 2 primary components of this campaign. First, there were 3 training sessions that were conducted for the college professionals. There were advisors, department chairpersons, and program coordinators who see first-year students coming in. And the session focused on providing evidence-based data, which is very important, on the students' benefits that result from taking 15 credits over 12 credits per semester, or really 30 credits a year. You know, I did emphasize also that if you go through the summer, you know, as long as you have your 30 credits, you can graduate in 2 years. And then second, clear messages were delivered to the incoming first-year students about the value of registering 15 credits per semester, and I did that through various media tools, such as the college's website, social media, flyers, posters, and also during advising sessions, and I did presentations at new student orientation sessions. I collected qualitative and quantitative data to answer the 5 program evaluation questions, and the tools I used to collect the data were statistical survey questionnaires after the training of the college professionals and at new student orientation from the students. I also had focus groups and an interview, because one of the focus groups only had 1 student in it, so that became an interview. And then enrollment data for 2019, 2020, and 2021. So I used 3 types of analysis in the program evaluation. First, I used a descriptive statistics analysis to evaluate responses of college professionals and students close-ended survey questions. Then next, I used manual coding to evaluate responses from college professionals and the students to open-ended survey questions, in addition also to the focus group responses to the protocol and the interview. And finally, I used inferential statistics analysis for the evaluation of enrollment data and did a Z-test. right, so I'm going to go over my results now. So for the first question, to what extent were college professionals knowledgeable about the importance of students taking 15 credits each semester after participating in the training? 88% of the college professionals agreed that the training helped understand the importance of students taking 15 credits per semester, and 91% stated that training helped them understand the importance of having a conversation with students in their first semester on the consequences of not taking 15 credits, taking fewer than 15 credits. And then, to what extent did the campaign get the 15 to finish messages across the students? 83% of the students understood that 15 college credits per semester, or 30 a year, I did mention that as well, are needed to graduate on time. And then 77% of the students, which I was really excited about, saw and or received the messages. As you can see, website actually had over 50%, 57%. Advisors, they heard it from 45%. The posters and flyers, a little less than 45%. And on social media, that was at least 34.2%. So what 15 to finish messages resonated most with the college professionals? On the financial benefits, they said earning wages faster resonated, and on the academic benefits, that students were getting a higher GPA if they started in their first semester taking 15 credits. What 15 to finish messages resonated most with students? Of course, their future is important to them, be able to finish in 4 years, the timing of the degree, finish on time, 2 years, and the savings. There is savings, financial benefits by saving money, because they get into the workforce faster, they start earning pension quicker, so there are a lot of benefits in that. To what extent were students encouraged to register for 50 credits by college professionals? Well, 45% according to the student survey at New Student Orientation said that they received messages from advisors during registration to register for 50 credits, and 47% according to the student focus group stated that they received messages from advisors during registration. So there definitely can be some more improvement in this. Okay, so now, to what extent did the 15 to finish campaign impact students' enrollment behavior, and how did student enrollment behavior vary by demographics? 4 statistical analyses were performed for the C-test, and I'm not going to go over all of them, but as you can see, the first one, I did the proportion of student enrollment in 15 plus credits of all first-time degree-seeking students, and I actually did fall 2019 and 2020 combined, because 2020 was a washout, right? It was like COVID, everything was online, there was nothing really hybrid or in class, and I did that versus fall 2021, and there was a 6.5% increase. Now, fall 2019 was a normal, and 2021 was more normal as well, because we offered in-class, hybrid, and online, and that was 9.4%. But what is actually more important is that I looked at the proportion of students enrolled in 15 plus credits of full-time first-time degree-seeking students. And let's just look at fall 2019 versus fall 2021, and that was a 13.5% increase, which is really excited to see. Because ultimately, full-time first-time degree-seeking students are the ones that will go to 15 credits, right? Somebody that has 6 credits isn't going to go immediately to 15. Yes, okay, and so for the black students, there was an increase of 6.7%, Hispanic 12.5%, and white students 9.4%. And then the last one is about well-funded students. There was an increase after the intervention of 12.3%. So equity, I increased 15 credits across race, ethnicity, and well-funded students. There was statistical significance for almost everything, and then program cost was $3,860 if you would actually look at, it was sort of free, but people work at the college. The cost per first-time degree-seeking student was 3.7%. The college gained in tuition revenue, and the ROI was $329. So, yeah, my chapter 5, offering recommendations and resources to college professionals. I have a toolkit there, which is very helpful for those who would like to implement such a campaign. So thank you very much. This is my contact, and I'm also on LinkedIn if you don't want to be there. Thank you. Woo!